Hello learners, welcome to One-to-One Teaching. In this video of C programming, we are going to discuss about an array of pointers. In a previous video, I have already talked about the concept of pointers to an array. In this video, we are going to talk about array of pointers and we'll try to figure out the difference between these two with the help of a short code. Okay. Now, one thing is that students tend to get confused between array of pointers and pointer to an array. Okay. Now, right from what it sounds, we can make out there is some difference, that is pointer to an array. This is an array of pointers. Now we'll get into the concept with the help of this short code. Now what is the reason behind an array of pointers? Firstly, let's understand. We know what are arrays. Arrays are a collection of similar data types. Okay. Like if I want to store certain integers 5, 11, 12, 14 all together, so I may use an array instead of individually using a variable to uh, you know access each of that number. So I may use an array and I may store all the integer values in that particular array. So there may also come a situation where I may need to store an array which will contain pointers. Like each pointer variable will point to certain location. Okay. So, and you may have a question, in what situation may I need this type of an array of pointers? Let's assume that I want to store a collection of names. Okay, say I want to store 3 names, Ria, Rina, Rita. Okay, so in C, how am I going to do that? So in C, if I use normal concept of arrays, it may be done like this: char names. Say I want to store 3 names, and let me assume that each name may be of 10 characters. So this is how am I going to do it. Okay, so what does this mean? That names is going to be a table which will contain 3 names, and each name can have a maximum length of 10 characters, including the null character. So if I assume that character takes 1 byte of memory storage, so total memory allocated would be 30 bytes. Now this is one way to do it. Now one thing that it is not necessary. Here the example I have taken: Ria, Rina and Rita. So all of them, they just take 4 characters. Okay, but it may not happen in every scenario. Okay, I was talking about the example Rina, Rita and Ria. So here we see that each string is taking 4 characters, and according to this declaration of this array, my names, this table, can have 3 strings, maximum of 10 characters including the null character. Now here if you look at these names, they only occupy 5 characters, but there could have been a situation where each string would not have been of equal length. Okay, like if I would have changed the name of Rita to something like this, so they may not have equal lengths. So instead of making each row a fixed number of characters, what we could do is we can make a pointer to a string of varying length. How could I do this? If I just wrote it something like this, I have to put double quotes. Had I just declared and initialized like this, my job would have been done. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have to remove this. Okay. So what does this say? That names is an array of 3 pointers to characters. Okay. And where will each pointer point to? Each pointer will point to that particular name. Actually, the pointer is going to point to the first character of that particular string, and consequently it points to the entire string as a whole. So that we are going to understand with the help of this sample code. So in the sample code, all I have tried, I have used the concept of array of pointers, and I have declared and initialized an array of pointers with the name of 3 fruits. Okay, and I have run a loop up till there, and I'm going to print each fruit's name. So whenever I run the loop from 0 up till the array length, because here we have 3 pointers, here the array of pointers, the number of pointers in that array is 3. So in every case, I am going to print out each string. The first pointer is going to point to A of apple. So every time I'm going to get each string whenever I iterate. So let me run the program and see. Okay. All right. So I have got the output. This was what I wanted. The fruits are apple, orange, and guava. Now let me try something. Okay. Now I would want to. I wish to see where each character is stored. Okay. So for that, let me declare another pointer of character type, and let me show you also how do I access each character of each string. Okay, so I can take a nested loop. First, every time it gets inside the for loop, the pointer variable would be assigned to that particular fruit name. Okay, we have done a program similar to this in a previous video, so check that out. I'll be just attaching that video towards the end. All right, and after accessing each character, the pointer points to the next memory address. All right, all set. Okay, let me just save. One second, put a new line tag. Okay, if you look closely here, you can make out that each character is stored at a memory location, and the next character is stored just 1 byte next. So this can also, we can presumably say that, you know, character is occupying 1 byte. And also you can notice after apple ends, apple ends, e is stored at 4210692. After that, o is stored at 4210694. Now, where did 4210693 go? Where is that 1 byte of storage? So that is for the null character, because I have told this in a previous video that for every string, the C compiler is automatically going to allocate a null character at the end for every string. Okay. So, all right. Now, I'll just complete the discussion with another concept, that is the difference between an array of pointers and pointer to an array. Now, this is something you need to be careful. Whenever the notation is something like this, like the indirection operator and fruit, and I have declared the array size. Now, this means that this is an array containing 3 pointers. Okay. Now, had I written this like this, now one thing to remember, this asterisk has a lower precedence than this. Okay. So this is considered as something first, and then this is considered. So this is an array, and I'm declaring, and this as a pointer, like the what is, this is going to be an array of pointers. Had it been something like this, okay, so had it been something like this, what does this mean? That this is pointing to an array which contains three members. Okay, this is pointing to an array, to the base address of the array which contains three members. So that you have to remember that you know the difference between array of pointers and pointer to an array. Okay, so in the previous case it was an array of three pointers. In this case it is a pointer to an array of three elements. So this is a very important concept to remember. Like, you can actually make out from the English name, there is nothing to, you know, you do, if you even understand the name properly, array of pointers, it's going to be an array which is going to contain pointers. And on the other hand, we had pointer to an array. That means we are going to have a pointer to one array, which is going to point to the base address of an array, as I have already discussed in a previous video. So that was all for this video. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and please share with your friends, and remember to check our other playlists also. Bye bye.